All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another video. The Overwatch 2 beta kicking off today. And so I just put up a video looking at some of the new hero redesigns. Let's now take a look at the new hero for this beta, Junker Queen. Here she is. We'll take a look at her new abilities, all that type of stuff. I'm going to talk about them, give you guys my opinion on her and what she looks like. So here she is. She's a tank hero, obviously. So let's go. Let's jump in. And let's take a look at Junker.
My throne is where I say it is.
Oh, wow, she's gonna clean everything. So here she is. Here's what you see when you play as her. So her main weapon is this little shotgun-looking thing here. This is her scatter gun. It is a pump-action shotgun. It is her primary fire. You hold left-click and you shoot. Pretty good damage. Kill a training bot, 2 headshots. Kill a tracer with 2 headshots. So it's not a ton of damage. You're not going to one-shot anybody with it, which I think is fine. That is, she's a tank, so I kind of would expect that. Her secondary fire is the Jagged Blade, as you can see right there. The way this works is she throws it. That's kind of her active ability. So she throws it and reactivates it to pull it back. So we'll throw it there. It goes through, and it's impaling, and I can right-click again, and it'll pull it back. And actually, I think it also goes back automatically. I won't right-click, and it'll still eventually pull it back and give me the ability to do that. And the passive ability is that it wounds enemies if you quick melee or even throw it. I think if you... It'll pass through enemies, I think, at times. But even if you melee somebody with it, they'll still take damage from this wound passive that it has, which is an interesting little change no other hero in Overwatch currently has. It's a thing in other games as well, but that is a new ability for Junker Queen. Her shift ability, her main ability number 1, is Commanding Shout, which temporarily increases health and movement speed for yourself and nearby allies. So, obviously, I don't have any allies that are moving around, but what I can do is wait for these bots to come back, and I can left shout, and you can, or Commanding Shout, you can see health has gone up, my speed has gone up, so it's a way to kind of engage with Junker Queen. Get closer to your enemies, give them some power. Interesting ability, like I said, boost speed, so you can kind of have multiple speed boosts now, which is not a thing. In Overwatch 1, there are going to be more speed boost abilities, though. We know with the next support hero is going to have some ability to do that. But that is her Commanding Shout ability. Her second ability is Carnage, which is her E ability. And with that, she wounds all enemies in front of her, dealing damage over time. So we can kind of use it like this. That is her Axe ability, and you can see they keep taking damage as she uses it. It's a pretty good engage tool, I think. A good way to kind of clear out some enemies that are in your face. It's got a pretty big wind-up time, which I think is understandable because it does a lot of damage. It basically leaves a Tracer on 1 health. You can kill her pretty easily. Some of those low-health heroes definitely will take a lot of damage. Oh, and it's still damaging Tracer. That's funny. So that's that ability. She does have a passive, which is that she heals from all damage over time when she deals wounds. So I'll take some damage, and then we will wound somebody. And you will see that I will heal some damage away over time. Shoot me, training bot. Shoot me. Keep shooting me. Alright, and then let's melee, and you can see I get some health back. Over time. Not too much, it's not a ton, but you get some health back just from dealing damage, which is pretty nice. Finally, she has her ultimate, which is Rampage, and with this ability, she charges forward and wounds enemies, dealing damage over time, and prevents them from being healed. So she gives them basically a purple effect like what you get with Ana. So I'm going to stand back here so I can get Tracer as well as some of these other heroes. Are these training bots in it? Let's see. Get them all. They can't get healed. These ones didn't get the effect. I don't know if the training bots are capable of getting the effect or not. But you saw Tracer had that purple no damage effect on her when I turned around. She had it. So those are her abilities. That is what she is able to do. Some of the early feedback I've seen is that she doesn't feel as good to play as Roadhog. I have yet to play her in a game, so we are going to do that. And then I'll kind of come back and I'll give you my thoughts on her as a hero, kind of how she plays, what she's able to do, how I feel about her. And I'll throw some of that gameplay on this video. So you'll get to see it, and I'll kind of discuss with you how I feel about her. So let's cut to that right. All right, so I've officially played one single game as Junker Queen. So I will give you my one game thoughts. On Junker Queen, you're seeing the gameplay now, me on Route 66. I make some really stupid plays. I learn how to do the abilities and whatnot. I don't know if you'll see it here. There's one moment where I wanted to shift and I accidentally E'd because I'm just not used to the abilities yet, right? I'm thinking of Lucio speed boosting, and so there's some stupid plays I made that eventually obviously will be better over time. But I just want to give my thoughts on the hero after having played her for one game, Route 66. You can see the quick play change as well, where there's no competitive, but you get the competitive rule set where you play the attacking and defending for every single map. So my initial thoughts on the hero are pretty good. I actually thought she was pretty fun. I've seen a lot of people kind of complain about the way she plays. I've heard some people say she's not as good as Roadhog. She's not a good Roadhog. I know Ben Best called her like Wish Roadhog, which I thought was hilarious, by the way. But that was kind of how he approached the hero. That's kind of his opinion on the hero. That's what he said about the hero. What I think is really interesting, though, for me, just the way playing her is I don't like playing Roadhog. I will be completely honest with you. I'll be completely open with you. He is my least favorite hero in Overwatch. I don't like playing as him. I don't like playing against him. I don't think Roadhog's a fun hero. I think that Junker Queen is a very fun hero. I had a lot of fun playing as her in the one game I played as her. Obviously, that could change over time. Eventually, I could be like, you know what, this hero's not as fun as I thought she was when I first played her. You know, back in June, you know, maybe when the game comes out, I'm like, you know what, Junker Queen not as fun as I thought she was. You know, maybe I come to a different conclusion. I don't think she's a very fun hero to play as. Now, I haven't played against her. My opponent played D.Va the entire game, so I can't really say for certain how it will feel playing against her. That is one of the things I wish I could say to you right now. And eventually, obviously, I'll have more videos talking about the beta over time. I did a takeaways, things I wanted to see in the second beta video a few months ago, or a month ago, whatever it was now. I'll probably do a similar thing when we move after this beta. I might talk about what I hope to see change going to the next beta or my takeaway from this beta. Maybe I'll have a little bit of a better kind of video for that when this beta ends. But I didn't get to play against Junker Queen, so I don't know what she's like to play against. What I found very interesting, though, some of my takeaways that were interesting, some of the dynamics and interactions I got to have. Her knife, when she throws it, right, it'll stick to the ground. It has a max range, so it will not go forever. Eventually, if it goes too far, she'll just immediately recall it back. It also doesn't get eaten by D.Va's defense matrix, from what I can tell. It looks like it just goes right through. My guess is because it's the type of thing where it's like you can't eat it. I mean, if you ate it, I guess maybe it would just like, maybe like a cooldown before you get it back. But from what I can tell, it is not something that D.Va can eat with the defense matrix. So therefore, I don't think Orisa can block it. And I don't think that Sigma could eat it as well with his kinetic grasp. So I think those are the abilities where they eat items or they eat attacks, but it does not appear that they get consumed or they consume Junker Queen's knife. Gracie, as she calls it when you use it. But I thought she was a very fun hero. I think she's interesting. Her damage feels a little low at times. I really felt like I would go into the faces of the other team and I wasn't really doing anything. To be fair, this is a quick play. There's not a lot of coordination. I'm still learning the hero, so that could change over time. Eventually, maybe I feel like that's a different thing. But there were quite a few times where I just felt like I wasn't really doing anything damage-wise. Now, to be fair, she's a tank, so she's not supposed to do a ton of damage. She's supposed to be brawly. She's supposed to be able to live and survive. That's kind of her thing. You know, it took me a little bit to kind of recognize the fact that her melee is super valuable, especially on like low health targets or low HP targets that don't have like high max HP, like a Tracer or a Baby D.Va, right? I'm not the best aiming, right, person. I don't have the best aim, but I could walk up to a Baby D.Va while she's Baby D.Va, and I could just knife her, and I'll do damage over time to her, and I don't have to worry about her as much. I can recall my knife and get her. I can pull people towards me with the knife, you know, stuff like that, which does feel nice and does feel very good. And I think what we're going to see a lot with Junker Queen, I think, is she's going to use her shift ability in very similar ways to Lucio using his speed boost and Brig using Rally. It's kind of a combination of those two things where she gives you some extra health and she gives you a speed boost and you can kind of run in. I think it'll be a decent disengage tool as well, though I think your goal is not going to be to use it as a disengage tool. I occasionally use it as a disengage tool when we were playing because we'd lose a teammate or two and I wanted to try to get out of there. You know, keep as many teammates alive as I could, or I went in a little too far. I pushed a little too far, and I needed to get back to the rest of my team, and I would use it to give myself a little bit of extra speed and health to catch up with the rest of my team. I think that's, generally speaking, one of the ways we're going to see this ability get used. What I think we're going to see a lot of the time, though, is engagement. You use your shift ability, you run up into the other team's face, and you press E, and you swing your axe at them. I think that's going to be a big way that this ability is used, because essentially what it does is it gives you the ability as a tank to get a little bit stronger, a little bit more health as you go in, take some of that damage. You might take that 200 damage that you get from using her shift ability right away, but the trade-off is you run into their face, you swing an axe at them, and if you hit multiple people, that puts multiple wound effects on the other team, which means that you get multiple different healing things to help you stay alive, weakens the other team, and then that gives you the ability to stay up more and keep pushing on them and keep doing damage that way. So I think that is a pretty fun type of thing. I think that is probably going to be generally how you see Junker Queen get play, is run up into your face, swing axe, so that you get some healing back, try to finish off targets, and then probably back away. Or if you get a pick, you just keep pushing and doing what you can with the knife. Try to use the knife to pull lower health targets towards you as they try to disengage. You hit them, and you bring them back to you, and you just try to kill them that way. I think is probably how she's going to get most of her use. I don't know yet if she's good. I'll have to wait and see what happens, kind of upper level play. I found her very fun to play, and I found her very interesting to play. So for me, at least, she is a fun hero, and I think she is a really interesting kind of kit. She definitely feels more in that Roadhog, Doomfist realm when it comes to the way they play, even potentially like Orisa too, where she doesn't feel like she's going to protect her team the best directly. She definitely feels like the way she plays is your goal is to get up in the enemy's face and get kills as quickly as you can, because you're not going to be shielding your teammates. You can heal them, you can speed boost them, and I think she'll pair well with heroes like Lucio, and whenever we get this Asa hero, the next support hero, I think she'll pair well with heroes like that, because I think she wants to have that speed. I definitely think she does not have the best ability to... she doesn't have the best movement ability. It's an okay ability. Her movement potential is better than Roadhog, that much is for sure. Her ultimate is decent. I actually found it to be pretty effective once you can use it, and you can use it properly. I was playing poorly. My damage numbers were so bad. I was not building the ult very quickly, so I only think I used in an entire Route 66 offense and defense. I think I used it 3 times. I did not play very well as her, so I didn't get the ult a lot. But when you got it and you could use it, it felt very effective and very nice. And from what I recall, the end of this map, which you won't see in this gameplay, we did win the map. We held the enemy before they even got to the first checkpoint. And the end of the map, I literally just ran in, ulted, put on the anti-heal, and then we just cleaned up basically right after that. It was kind of a very, very nice engage, nice fight win tool where you can clean up pretty well, and you just kind of run in their face, put that anti-heal on them, and then also swing your axe on them if you can. You feel like you are just going in and just ending people's lives. It is a very, very fun thing. So that's my thoughts on Junker Queen. Obviously, I've never done the video quite like this before where I go over the abilities and then also show you some gameplay. So let me know your thoughts on this. If you like this type of format, give me my thoughts on the hero after playing as her. Anything like that, let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. Hope to get some more Overwatch 2 beta content out to you this beta than I did last beta. We will see. The game is running better than it did for me the last time. That is the positive. So hopefully that'll keep up. That's it for me. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're all staying safe and staying healthy. And until next time, bye-bye.